Hey, it's me. I just wanted to discuss something because it's come up quite a few times in some of my coaching sessions over the last few weeks and also with a friend or two. There's this whole notion about what a man of God is and isn't. For example, I once had a friend a couple years ago who was getting like ghosted or just kind of left hanging, emotionally, or, through the phone, through text, whatever, by this man kind of high up in church. He's very heavily influential in church, a single man, no kids or whatever. And I said, well, I don't think he's interested, she's like, I think something else is going on, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, a man of God wouldn't do that. And I was like, a man of God is a man, babe. A man first. Some of the most scary and emotionally unsafe and debilitating men I've actually met in church. I've met some emotionally safer men, just out and about at Target, at Starbucks, at the gas station, at the park, at the beach, at wherever. So we need to understand that a man is a man is a man, and that they're wired much differently than a woman who is by nature very nurturing and giving and generous. Men by nature are a little more competitive, a little more selfish, a little more, about the bottom line, and they'll be a little more self-serving. And so we'll think that, this man is just, operating, as someone who is convicted in the body of Christ and treating us, respectfully and is not using us. But the truth is that you can be used by a man emotionally, physically, financially, however, in church and out of church. We have to remember that the church was meant for those people that were hurting and that were admittedly hurting and coming to be healed. And so there are men that come to church that know they have problems and are looking to be healed, just like women come to church knowing they have problems and looking to be healed. And a lot of times we consider church a very safe place, and it should be overall, but there are still people that are working through a lot of things at church. And so we don't need to take people at church at face value. We need to dig a little bit deeper and also realize that that same person that's at church can find us, put us in a situationship, can use us for our emotional or intellectual value that we, our gifts. That person may be looking for some guidance. And we also have to realize that a lot of people connect spiritually and spiritual warfare is happening in church, because as my grandma says, the devil comes to church too. And so literally, Satan can be sitting right next to you and pass you the plate and then say more than hi to you. And then all of a sudden, you're, caught up with them. And they don't really have a pure and positive objective for you. They have a very self-serving objective for you. So specifically, ladies, keep your eyes on the lookout. If you're single and you are, healed and ready to, welcome someone into your life, don't just think you can find that at church. There's all this rhetoric about what churchmen are, what men of God are and aren't. And the truth is, men of God are just men. Women of God are just women. And we all have issues, and we can drag those issues into church, and we can hurt each other just like we could hurt each other outside of church.